In this video, I'm going to be tying in some of the others that I have already done and a couple others that I want to do in the future here. I just need to get some more info. We're going to be now giving an example of a potential militia rifle company. Rifle company would be made up of at least 2 rifle platoons, and then they would have 1 headquarters platoon. If your unit is only 1 platoon in size, all you need is a headquarters section, and that section should have representation of the 4 capabilities: personnel, intel, operations, and logistics. Now, we're starting out here with a base of 2 rifle platoons. Our 3rd platoon, they could be another rifle platoon, or it could be a heavy weapons platoon, or even an engineer platoon. Our 4th platoon, in our example we're going to put on here, will be a heavy weapons platoon. I have not made the video as of the time of this posting on a heavy weapons platoon. It's because I'm still gathering information on it. I'm looking at the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s. The era of the older weapon systems. But your heavy weapons platoon, they would have your heavy mortars, your 81 millimeter and above. They would have your heavy recoilless rifles, like the 106 millimeter recoilless rifle, the old M40. They would have your heavy machine guns, like the M250 caliber, or the Russian Dashilka. They would also have your Mark 19 automatic grenade launchers and its Russian equivalent. I think it's the AGS-17 or AGS-7. Once I get information on that, I will be doing a video on heavy weapons platoon and heavy weapons teams. Now, I mentioned possibly having an engineer platoon. Engineers, when they're amassed, they are more effective for larger projects. So they can build larger field fortifications and they can build larger obstacle systems. Now, if all you have is basically a rifle company and you still want to have engineered capabilities, you should have, at least in your rifle platoons, 1 engineer fire team. Preferably 1 engineer squad, because that way you would have 2 fire teams that would be potentially 2 breach teams. But having at least 1 fire team, you then have the capability of breaching the enemy's obstacles to get through their defenses, so that your riflemen, your automatic riflemen, your machine gun teams can get into the enemy perimeter, start wreaking havoc inside their operations bases. Now, as I said, this is just one example. Look in history. Look in old field manuals on organizations from the 1940s, 1950s, 1960s. Find something that you like and base your organization off of it. You know, you could use a rifle company from Vietnam era for the US Army, but your rifle squads could be World War II era German rifle squads. You could have, you know, a sapper platoon in your rifle company, and that sapper platoon could be based off a, you know, Viet Cong organization for their sappers. Look through history, see what works for you or what could potentially work for you, and also train with it to see if it does work the way you want. If it doesn't, tweak it or change the organization, go with something else. We have no set tables of organization and equipment. We can also morph over time during a conflict to suit the needs as they arise. Now, for all my engineer brothers in the Patriot and Militia movement, always remember, essay on.